What's going on, people? It's your man Antonio, Conrad de Cristo. Now, I was talking to one of my atheist friends. He trying to tell me, according to science and evolution and whatever all this, stuff atheists would believe in. They say they don't believe anything, but they believe science and evolution. He would try to tell me that, well, the Bible is not true because Adam and Eve on the, you know, humans didn't come from humans. I'm looking at him like, what? Humans didn't come from humans. Like, yeah, man, he sent me this video, some scientific video that all life started in some kind of water from some chemical or particles, and then life started and then evolved into these bacteria, then into some kind of fish, and then the fish came out the water and started growing legs and turned into these shore crawling creatures like alligators, and they went to turned into beasts with four legs, and they eventually lost the tail and grew fur and went into the trees and turned into monkeys. Then they came up right like a human and started walking like a human, and then they suddenly became a human. But the thing is, you may say that's right, that's evolution. Well, the fact is, you can't prove that today though. That don't happen today. You do not see monkeys turning into humans. You don't see fish crawling out the water and turning into alligators. You don't see none of that today. The fossil record only proves death. The fossil record proves death. The fact that you found the skeleton of a dog means it died a dog. It didn't change. You didn't see a dog with a human arm growing out of it. Okay, the fact that a monkey died a monkey, the fact that you got a skeleton of a monkey means it died a monkey. Okay, it never changed. You may say, well, we don't see it today because evolution requires billions of years and time and things like that. Time is the enemy. You can't just erase death out the picture. What happened to death? These creatures are not going to live long enough to just evolve a billion years. They died. They live for a certain lifespan like they're doing today. The same way they do today. They live and they die. They live and they die. They don't have time to evolve. You can't just take death out of the picture and say, well, they had millions of years to evolve. No, they didn't. That's false. They did not have millions of years to evolve. If they don't have millions of years today, what happened today? They die today. They die. They live a certain amount of years and die. We never see them evolve. You think death was out the picture back then? No, the death was real back then. If the death was real, just like it is today. Okay, a fish died, a fish. That's why you got a skeleton of a fish. Otherwise, there would be no skeletons of no other creatures on this planet but humans. But the fact that you still have these creatures that they claim that we supposed to evolve from, they're still around today. I guess natural selection didn't choose them to become humans. And I'm sorry that it's dark in this room. My light is not working right now. But my point is, how can evolution be true? How can one species evolve to another? You may say, well, it took billions of years. Well, no. That's the enemy. Time is your enemy, your downfall. Do you think what is the lifespan on one particular species? How long does a particular species live? Will it live long enough to evolve? No, it never does. It's gonna die if it had children to carry on the generation. If it didn't have a children, then the species would just go out. So finding the skeleton proves nothing. It proved that it died and never evolved. Okay? It proved that it died in the same state that it was born in. It was born a monkey and you died a monkey. You were born a fish and you died a fish. You were born a dinosaur and you died a dinosaur. You were born a human and you died a human. You wasn't born a human and died a bird. You didn't have time enough to do that. You can say you can give a person a billion years if you want to, which is impossible. We do not live all eternity on this planet. Okay? At this state we're in. Unless biblically speaking, when Jesus come back, we get, if you're born again, you get new bodies. Then you live for eternity. But right now, according to life as we know it, without any, religion or belief or anything like that, we don't live forever. One creature cannot live a billion years and then get a chance to evolve. It's gonna live 50 years or whatever lifespan it has, and it's gonna die, and it's gonna start the process over. It cannot live long enough to evolve. That is nonsense. Only someone made up mind. These scientific people and they just erase death out the picture and try to paint some imaginary picture of something involving. That doesn't happen. That does not happen. You may say, well, it happened over years. It cannot happen over years. If a whole generation was born, you may have a whole generation of let's take cows, for example. You have a whole generation of cows, okay? The whole generation of cows, say they live 100 years. Well, cows don't change into cats over 100 years, and they won't have a billion years. They will die over a period of time, and their children will come out the same as them. They will never turn into cats because they will not have enough time. Now, you may get one incident where a cow have an extra leg. You cannot say, see, it's evolved into a spider. It's growing another leg. You can't say that because it's called a defect. You can't say anything that's out of abnormal. It's an evolution. The rest of them didn't have an extra leg. It's called a defect in the species. It is not called evolution. Okay? Evolution is false. You would have to actually take death out of the picture and say, well, they need years and years and years and years to evolve. They need billions of years to evolve. But the fact is, things die over years. You don't have a chance to evolve. The same death that you see today happened back then too. I don't know if y'all knew that, but if you can't see anything evolving today, you definitely won't see it evolving back then, because death is still here. And most humans outlive, certain animals anyway. So if you can't live long enough to see a freaking tiger evolve into a bat, you're not gonna live long enough to see that, because it won't happen. Because first of all, the tiger not gonna live long enough to get a chance to evolve. Nothing lives long. I don't care how many years you got. As long as you got death, is it gonna keep dying and starting over? Is it gonna have another baby tiger and it's gonna get to a certain age and die a tiger? Okay. People just take death out of the picture and say, well, the fossil record proves evolution, and it is proven that fish turned into humans and monkeys turned into humans and these little bacteria turned into humans. What about the bacteria? Think they had time enough to form to a fish? The bacteria probably died at a certain time. That only proves the Bible. Everything was born and died in its own kind. Nothing changed to another species. If you don't see that today, you can't put a time in the gap. They like to say, God, y'all put God in the gap. Christians. Well, atheists and these all skeptics who want to uphold these theories and deny God, you put time in the gap. Time is your enemy. You cannot uphold a theory of evolution with time. Time destroys your whole theory because you cannot have enough time to evolve. You don't have time today. You don't have time then because you have death in the picture. Unless you just completely remove death, you don't have time for something to jump from one species to another. That is why you're finding skeletons of one species. The skeleton, you do not find the skeleton evolving. You find the skeleton dead. You don't know if it had any children. You don't know. I can see if you found a skeleton of a monkey with some human, growing a human leg out of it. But what happened? That monkey died a monkey. It was born a monkey and it died a monkey. Now you can't say if you would have had a monkey that lived for 1 billion years and never died, all of a sudden it would have had a human baby. That's just, that's just preposterous. That's just nonsense. Okay.